Hello, Kurt Jackson with KJ Financial here. We are starting our second module for Retirement Accelerator Blueprint, where we're going to address the 10 biggest retirement risks that could jump up and bite you and wreck your retirement. Number one is longevity risk. So unfortunately, research shows traditional planning typically fails miserably at helping people handle these 10 risks that we're going to go over. Luckily, we designed our Retirement Accelerator Blueprint to really address all 10 retirement risks as efficiently and effectively as we possibly can. So let's dive in head first with the biggest risk in retirement. That's longevity risk. So what is longevity risk? Well, it's not knowing how long we'll live and the fact that we're all living longer. So if we knew when someone was going to pass away, planning for their retirement would be much less complicated. Since we don't know, we've got to be prepared for all the variables and risks that are inherent in retirement. So why is longevity risk the biggest risk in retirement? Well, because it's a risk multiplier. So living longer creates a huge problem. See, the longer you live, the more likely all of the other 9 retirement risks could jump up and impact your retirement. So we've seen people focus on life expectancy when planning for their retirement, which is something that, it should be considered, but the risks in mainly using life expectancy in planning, which seems to happen a lot in traditional planning, when you're doing that for retirement, it could be catastrophic to your retirement. So let's address the biggest ones. See, first, let's define life expectancy. So life expectancy is the age where half of people will pass away before and half will pass away after. So if you planned a life expectancy, wouldn't that calculate to a 50% chance that you could outlive your money? Does it sound like a smart retirement planning to be basing your retirement plan for an age that you have a 50% chance of outliving? Second, people use the life expectancy since birth, and that's about 77 and a half years of age. See, the problem with this number is it includes the incidences of death in childhood throughout life. So the older you are, the longer your life expectancy is. A relatively healthy 65-year-old male has a life expectancy of about 86 years old, and it's about age 89 for a relatively healthy 65-year-old female. A 65-year-old married couple that's relatively healthy has a 50% chance one spouse of living to almost age 95. So this all means if you make it to retirement age of 65, there's a significant chance you could live another 20, 25, 30 years or longer in retirement. So think about that. If you retire at age 65, thinking you may only live till age 77 and a half, devise your retirement plan around that age, then you end up living to age 86, 89, 95 or longer. Wouldn't that be horrible to run out of money at age 77 and a half and live many years longer? Plus, if you live 20, 25, 30 years or longer in retirement, wouldn't it make sense the chances of those other risks could jump up and rear their ugly heads? So as you uncover the other 9 risks, keep in mind how living longer and not knowing how long you'll live makes all the other risks, well, riskier. I know that's a complex term, right? So we've unveiled the biggest risk in retirement. That's longevity risk. So now click on the video below, and we're going to dive deeper into risk number 2. It's one we've talked about already, but we need to dive a little deeper into it, and that's market risk.